Well, I'm live, I believe. Trying to get my hair right. Um, I guess I didn't really announce this to the church family. I'm praying that they will see it and join in. I just thought that I would just kind of make an announcement that I will, from start doing the morning chats or the chats. Pick a time of the day that will work. Um, because right now we are on not hiatus, but we are online only right now due to, excuse me, due to, circumstances with health issues with my husband and our grandchild. And so I just thought I'd put this quick video out there. Um, we will continue to do these videos, or I will continue to do these videos. I keep playing with my hair because I washed it and it's just kind of hanging there. I'm trying to grow back out. I had to trim the edges. But anyway, doesn't matter. So I just thought that I would touch base and felt the need to share um, what's going on. That's motivating, I guess, our family and I think others uh, around the world of the body of Christ. Not the world, but the body of Christ. So we'll start with this. So I have been not sending a lot of messages regarding shortages that are happening. I think people sometimes get tired of it, but I'm just going to let you know what's going on. On October 18th, it was officials in Washington continue to try to assure us about that there aren't going to be any shortages and such and such. But then this article came out. In fact, several articles came out. Costco did a warning. We had the farmers did a warning about the shortage of turkeys. Now it says here on this article, they insist everything will be fine as we face shortages of chicken, coffee, diapers, fish sticks, frozen meals, carbonated drinks, and the list continues. It goes on to say officials in Washington continue to assure us that we don't have anything to be concerned about, but meanwhile, the shelves just continue to get even emptier. On Friday, hashtag bare shelves Biden was the number one trending topic on Twitter. I say Twitter, sorry. On Twitter. And I am sure that Biden administration must have been thrilled about that. Biden insists that he and his team are on top of things, but so far nothing. Okay, so I just want to talk about that for a minute. Okay, we got all these shortages happening. Everybody knows about it. It's going to be gasoline, I'm sure, is one of those. But I found it kind of interesting that, Biden was saying that they were talking about, not to get political because I'm not that person, but that it's 24/7, that they're going to move all the dock workers into unknotting this knot that's in the supply chain, right? But what I found interesting is that when the reporter went to interview, I knew how to do screen on screen for you to see it, but the reporter went to interview the supervisor, a guy in charge of all the docks. I think it was in LA and in California. And he smirked. And when she said, "How do you feel about Biden making the docks 24/7, da 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 da?" And then he smirked and he said, "Well, actually, we've been 24/7 for years." So quickly, the reporter pulled the mic away from the guy. It was like, well, anyway, da 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 da, right? So this new initiative that Biden is doing is not a new initiative, is what that told me. This is just my opinion, but I just feel like, again, I feel lied to. And this is something that they're trying to make it seem like he's doing something new and great. And I was really surprised that nobody in any news affiliate, even their own station and other stations, nobody went and saw that video, that news video that is on YouTube, that is on the regular news, and didn't call him out on that. Didn't say, hey, you said this new initiative that you're going to be opening the docks and unknotting all this is 24/7, where in fact they've been open 24/7 for years. So what are you doing new? You're not. And at some point a while back, Biden did, not a while back, but like recently, he admitted that it's going to take a while to unravel. So we're looking into next year. So, which means is they're already saying, Costco put out warnings. You have farmers putting out warnings. You have all these people that handle the supply, the actual hands in the dirt. And the government, the Biden administration, everybody there is saying something different, just like with everything else, because they want to stop any kind of panic. They don't want people to go crazy or whatever else it is. So, in saying that, it says here, Biden insists that he and his team are on top of things, but so far, nothing that they have done has worked. In fact, this crisis just seems to be getting worse and worse. And because we are facing such a hydra of bottlenecks, there aren't going to be any easy solutions. When you look closely at all of the small fractures that have contributed to the world's supply chain crack up, it really can begin to look maddeningly complex. As the Atlantic Derek Thompson put it, global commerce is currently being choked by a veritable hydra of bottlenecks. China's zero tolerance policy, then it goes on, for coronavirus led to its shutdown of major shipment terminals after single infection has slowed traffic at ports. Then there's lately rolling power outages in the country, have closed factories, Vietnam clothing and shoe plants. See, it's because, and Nike is in Vietnam. All of our major suppliers are in other countries. So then what's going to happen is the world has also been bedeviled by shipping container shortages, made worse by bizarre pricing incentives that have led companies to send the boxes back from the U.S. to Asia empty, leaving American agriculture exporters in a lurch. Meanwhile, the words semiconductor shortage has lingered on, stalling cars' electronic production earlier this week. It was reported that Apple is expected to cut iPhone production by 10 million because it simply can't get enough chips. And I don't know, they're saying the crane operators take their time, like 3 or 4 hours just to get one container. You can't say anything to them, or they will just go somewhere else. They'll quit their job and leave. The Washington Examiner spoke to 6 truck drivers near Long Beach Terminal Island entry route and described crane operators as lazy, prone to long lunches, and quick to retaliate against complaints. Wow, that was very, very not good to say. The allegations were backed up by a labor consultant who has worked on the waterfront for 40 years. None of the truckers interviewed of the story wanted to provide their last name because they fear reprisals at the ports. As one of my friends pointed out to me the other day, we have gone from being a can-do nation to a can-don't, like a can't do. From a can-do to a can't-do nation. Can't do it. So, in saying that, I just want to say that today, okay, so we have all these things coming forward about what shortages, are coming or happening. Actually, it's now hitting Illinois. So it's coming up to the northern states. So it's actually getting pretty crazy. I sent a lot to my daughter, my oldest daughter, to let her see. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Let me pull it up. Not that anybody's really listening to me right now, but financial experts warns of a coming severe food crisis. Now, these are financial experts. They're because you know why? Because there's a shortage of food. As soon as they start maybe trickling a little bit of food, they're going to hike up the prices to make up the cost of the loss. So Dan Celia, CEO of Financial Issue Stewardship Ministries, told Todd Stern's show listening audience the next big crisis is coming. Celia believes that the critical lack of truckers and the shutdown of fossil fuels will lead to significant food shortages. I will say that this could be the next big crisis that the administration wants. Celia told host Todd Stern Tuesday, between the border crisis and the supply chain crisis, we could see severe inflation and head into much longer, very long-lasting severe recession. He also revealed that in addition, truckers are suffering from wear down due to the number of trips they must make has become a global problem. So he says, on top of the transportation costs, if fossil fuels are not produced, farmers will not acquire CO2, a key ingredient in fertilizer. We're going to have a lack of food in general, and we're going to have no way of getting it to the market. When we do get the market, it's going to be very costly, Celia stated. So we're going to have a lot of inflation with it, and it's going to be a huge problem, because people are going to panic. Okay, this is all beforehand. So then the farmers announced, oh no, I should just show you I don't know if you can see that, farmers. The farmers are now warning of a turkey shortage ahead the coming holidays, which is just in a few weeks. Holidays right around the corner. That means looking for the right turkey for dinner table, but the turkey company, Butterball, is concerned there may be a shortage of supply this year. Butterball. CBS 2's Jackie Kostick visited a turkey farm in Dundee. They are working very hard to make sure that they can keep up with the demand. But after speaking to several farmers, they say it's not just the labor, it's the people it takes to get the turkey from the farm to the table. That is the problem. So he says the national supply chain issues have increased many costs, but he credits longstanding relationships with small farms for not having an issue with supply. We're placing chicken orders every day, turkey orders. We get few deliveries every week throughout the year. And then our Thanksgiving order, we have so much time to plan for it, and so do the farmers, Zimmerman said. But the supply chain and everything that's going on is not working. Then you have the one I just read you. They insist everything will be fine as we face shortages of chicken, coffee, diapers, fish sticks, frozen meals, and so on. And now, we know electronic parts. They're saying toys, all that stuff is going to be limited. Then you have rubber, auto parts. You have John Deere. They said the farmers are having to lock up their John Deere tractors, under lock and key and surveillance and everything, because right now people are going to steal. They're going out there stealing the parts off their John Deere tractors and everything because there isn't enough supplies. So then we have what just came out today. This is what I was leading up to. Let me see if I can pull it up. It went to something else. Huh. Okay, so Reuters came out and said panic buying of toilet paper hits the US stores again with new pandemic. So let me push it. I don't know why it keeps popping off, but so you can panic right now. So this is the thing. The panic mode is gripping and hoarding has already started to begin. Not up here yet. I think any day now, maybe in the next week or two. But it's because the prices could spike out of control. They're even saying ground beef is going to become a luxury. It's going to get so expensive. In Denver, the public school children are facing shortages of milk. There's going to be a milk shortage. In Chicago, a local market, this is today's news, a local market is running short of canned goods. Now I'm telling you, go get your canned goods and boxed items because while there's plenty of food right now, if there's plenty of food where you're living. Up here, there is. So if you live up north, go now. There just isn't always enough processing and transportation capacity to meet rising demand as the economy revs up. You know, if you want to buy a Band-Aid, it's going to cost you $20, right? But I'm exaggerating, of course. But they're saying like if you want to buy a bag of a can of corn, it's gonna, if there is any, it's going to cost you like $3, almost $2, something like that, for one 8-ounce can. I'm just guessing on the prices, but it's going to be like that. It says more than a year and a half after the coronavirus pandemic upended daily life, the supply of basic goods in the U.S. grocery stores and restaurants are once again falling victim to intermittent shortages and delays. I've never imagined that we'd be here in October 2021 talking about supply chain problems, but it's a reality, said Vivek Sankaran, chief executive officer of Albertsons Companies, who echoed the lament of all other retailers. Any given day, you're going to have something missing in our stores and across all categories. In Denver, broken parts at milk supplier plants affected shipments and half-pint cartons on top of disruption of one time or another. Cereal, tortillas, juice, milk, chicken, coffee, diapers. Do you see what's happening? This just came out today. It says, it goes on to say, it just continues to pop up. It's like playing whack-a-mole. In Chicago, Dill Pickle Food Company Co-op ran out of certain dry goods because its two main distributors haven't been sending orders in full in recent weeks. Early in the pandemic, panic buying was the cause of many out-of-stock situations that grocers experienced. General Manager Talia McCarthy said in an email to store owners this month, although the food industry was able to somewhat rebound, the sustained nature of the pandemic combined with slow pace of vaccination globally, well, of course they're going to blame it on that, and recent surge caused on Delta variant and other problems that are happening. This bottlenecking, this problem is not going to go away. So, two reasons that this video was triggered. One, because I need to stay in touch with my church more frequently now that we're online only for Bible study in church. And then if they come over, we can meet outside or maybe one-on-one in the church and I sanitize, you know. The second thing is I've been hearing about this for a few months. And recently it's ramping up. And I've been telling my family about it and not sure if the church wanted to hear it or not because, you know, sometimes people don't want to hear bad news or what's going on. And I just been letting people know that respond and want to know, tell me they want to know. And I'm telling you right now, there was even a pastor in Tennessee who's in Georgia picking up like huge barrels of grain, oil, gasoline, all this stuff, and he's taking it back to Tennessee because a lot of pastors, a lot of believers, a lot of peppers, a lot of people in general, normal people, you know, I call myself a normal person, if you want to call it that. We're all normal, but not tearing anybody down. But we're all aware now. Everybody knows it's in the media. Everybody knows that this is happening now, but this has been going on for months. But now it's coming to a head. So guess what? The government and everybody have to admit it now. Now they're forced to say, well, yeah, there's a problem, but don't worry. Don't worry. We got a handle on it. Sounds familiar? Sounds familiar with a lot of things that they say. But anyway, so the toy companies and everybody are now saying, if you've got children or you're planning on getting presents for your kids, your family with electronics, people want new TVs, they want, game stations, they want, games, all that other stuff, any kind of electronic, or new tires for your truck or car, you better get them now. You better get them now. The other day, was it 2 weeks ago? My husband and I had to go to Walmart, and I wasn't feeling too great, but we had to go to Walmart because I needed cough drops and stuff like that. And he needed his medicines and stuff. So we go to Walmart, we run into somebody that we know and who has been a leader in our community, in our not only our city, but our state, a friend of ours. And she's retired now, her and her husband, both very big leaders. And so she was out there with her grandson, and we were like, well, hey, how's it going? And then she said, oh, I'm out here buying a bike for Christmas. And we're like, really? And this was at the beginning of October. And we said, really? Already? And her grandson's like in the front, all excited. She said, well, there's a tire shortage. There's shortages, and the bikes are going to be the first thing to disappear. There's not going to be any bikes for Christmas. So we want to go ahead and get our bike now. And we're like, whoa, you know about this? We didn't know that other people were woke. You know what I mean? And people say woke, but it's woke. You know what's going on. It's like, she goes, oh yeah. And she was high up. Her and her husband were high up in the government. She goes, oh yeah, we know. And I left there going, my husband and I were like, wow. So all these warnings and everything that everybody's saying is true, that if you're going to get your Christmas, you better get it now. Yesterday, I went out to get my turkeys. I said, I'm going to get my turkeys now. I'm going to get 2 for Thanksgiving and 2 for, because we have leftovers for the next day. And I don't have a small family, but I don't even know how that's going to work out now. But so I digress. So I was going to get the turkeys, for Christmas and Thanksgiving. Do you know that nobody has turkeys out right now? And the turkeys that they do have, he goes, oh, over there's wings. So I went to go look, and there was a pack of wings. And the wings were like, I don't remember the exact price, but I want to say like $9 for a small package of wings of a turkey. And then there was gizzards or something, and that was like $13-14. And I was like, whoa. And then there was just the breasts, and those were out of you could buy a whole turkey for the price of just that little breast that they had. That's all they had. That's it. And it was just in an end cap freezer section on the bottom shelf. That's it. I think there was a little on the middle shelf. But what I'm saying is, when those turkeys, I'm in search of turkeys right now and chicken because there's going to be a shortage of chicken. And so I'm just advising people right now, advising our church family, if they're even watching. I'm sure they'd let me know if they were here. But anybody, go buy your chicken right now. Go buy your meat, your beef. They're saying that beef is going to become a luxury to have. Even if there is supply of it, it's going to be so overpriced. You're not going to be able to afford to get it. Like, you're going to be like, is it, diapers, this or that. And I'm telling you, you're going to forego the meat. So right now the prices are okay. So if you can, I'm now giving everybody the heads up. Go get your meat. Go get your canned goods. It's going to hit. It's going to hit. It's going to hit. Now, and it's going to hit within a couple of weeks. So I highly suggest you go now. If you're going to get your presents, get them now. There's going to be difficulty in even delivering the gifts if you're using Amazon or anything else later. So do it now. So I'm just putting it out there, even saying carbonated drinks. If you like to drink pop or anything like that, go get your carbonated drinks now. Your basics, toilet paper is already showing in Chicago and other areas shortages. Go get your toilet paper, your paper towels now. Unless you're prepared to get some t-shirts and cut them, put them in a bucket, and use them to wipe yourself and wash them. That's really doing it old time. Some of you might get caught off guard if there is a severe shortage and have to actually do that. So I'm just saying, just kind of using my first chat with Pastor Kat to let you know that it's just so overwhelming right now with everything that's going on, that if you don't have Jesus, you're not going to make it through this. You're not. Because you're going to panic even more so. You're going to get high anxiety. You're going to do things that aren't wise. You're going to go with conform with the world and what they want you to do because you're not thinking straight. Right now, I'm telling you, get yourself back with the Lord if you're not with him already. Hi, Shelby. Where at? There's tons of turkeys at Walmart East and Women's West. Oh, okay. I'm going there today. Thank you, Shelby. I went to the Pick and Saves and there was nothing. I'm definitely going. And I didn't even see any at Walmart West. Okay, I'm going. Thank you, Shelby. So you need to get your turkeys now. I can't say that enough. And they're saying your toys now. Start getting your Christmas stuff now. I already had text my oldest daughter, who is going through a lot after her vaccine now with her heart. And I told her, send me your list because I need to get the grandkids' presents out now. And you know what she said? You won't believe it. She said, she goes, you know what, Mom? I just heard this. And I said, you did? From who? She goes, my mother-in-law out of the blue told me we need to get the presents now. There's a shortage coming for Christmas. Do you see what's going on? It's like people are starting to understand. They're hearing about it. It's not just us. It's people all over. So I heard MSNBC News said really people are in between a rock and a hard place. And you know what that rock and hard place is? To believe in the promises of Biden is saying, which I don't, which I know his intentions might be that he wants this to be the way, but it's like to believe that and wait and see how he works this out, which I've heard experts say he may be able to, but it won't be till way after like January, like it's going to be way after. I'm not looking for that during the winter months. See, we live somewhere where it snows and we have to be prepared for this stuff. We can't just wait until after. And not only that, when they do trickle the stuff in, it's going to be exorbitantly expensive to purchase. You're going to be like, wow, I used to pay for ground beef $5. Let's say I remember it was less than that. Okay, so now you're like, oh, now I'm paying $9.99 for the same small package or whatever of ground beef. Now I'm just using that as an example, right? So all I'm saying is let's think smart, because if you're like me, like my wallet, our wallet is really tight right now. Like we're trying to budget in every which way possible, to pay our bills, to deal with things that come our way. And food is a big thing for us right now. In our, for the holidays, for just to survive and all this stuff. So those of you who still have pull-ups and diapers, that like freaked me out because our daughter-in-law just had a baby who is getting ready to come home maybe at the end of November or early December, which is not that long away for me when you're thinking about planning scope of everything. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, she's going to need a lot of diapers. And if there's a shortage of diapers or pull-ups, that's going to be a nightmare. And so if you are someone who needs those things, start stocking up, because even if they do have them, let's say Biden's like, okay, I'm going to make sure the diapers are in the stores or whatever, because he doesn't want the moms to get angry, but they're going to be even more expensive than they are right now. So doesn't that tell you, I want the cheaper price. I'm going to get them now, right? So formula is going to get out of, oh, it's already so expensive. You mamas that are buying formula now pay almost double or double and a half of what I paid growing, when my kids were little. So, and if it goes up even more, golly, it's like that, and diapers, that's like almost a half a car payment right there. I mean, it's going to be crazy or more every month. So, also, just wanted to let you know that there's just so much going on. It's out of control. And I've been keeping this stuff to myself for a little while. But I can't do it anymore because I feel like I'm cheating you guys out of a chance. You may not want to hear it. You may want to hear it, but I'm cheating you out of a chance of having an opportunity to do something if you want to. So another thing that came up is that in Philadelphia, which shocked the goody out of me yesterday, a woman was raped on a train in Philadelphia while bystanders, they all just sat back and watched or ignored it in the train. And a man happened to be passing through the car to another car, I guess, walking through. And instead of helping the woman, nobody helped her. Just walked on by and went and told the conductor, I think there's a woman back there that might need your help. That's it. So when they stopped the train and they went back there, that woman was so severely damaged by what happened. And they took her to the hospital right away. They found the guy and he's arrested. But the act in itself is heinous and evil. But what's even more evil is nobody did anything to help her. Nothing. They just sat there and ignored it or watched. The police chief made a statement like, this is the days we live in now. We are not safe. No one wants to help anybody anymore. That's the evil world we live in. So we just need to, I don't want to just keep talking, rambling, because I could do that all day and night, and I've been on here for a minute. I just want to say that we need to start being more alert, pay attention to everything that is going on right now, because it's getting worse and worse. And I don't know if you're seeing it, but I sure am. It's getting worse and worse. So, also, real quick, I wouldn't be right not to say this. There's a little boy, 3-year-old boy in Milwaukee area, Wisconsin, that is missing after the man killed his mom and stole him, and then he was dead. I don't know how they killed him. I don't know what happened, but the little boy is missing. He's a 3-year-old little boy. And I look at this picture and my heart breaks, because no one can find him. And I just want to show you his picture. 3-year-old little boy, missing, suspect found and dead. Help find this little boy. If you see this little boy and you live in Wisconsin, call the police. Go get him. Save him. Help him. 3 years old. I've been praying for this little boy. He's been missing since Thursday morning. His name is Major P. Harris. He's 3 feet tall and 40 pounds. And he was last seen wearing a dark blue t-shirt and a small pocket on the left side, navy blue basketball shorts, and is believed to be barefoot. His last known location was a 2600 block of North 37th Street in Milwaukee. Harris is the son of the homicide victim who is deceased. There's a vehicle of interest. It's a black 2008 Chevrolet Equinox bearing the Wisconsin plate ABE 2804. Please, somebody, help find this little boy. I just pray to God that no one is hurting him. Please pray for him. So in saying all of that, I will continue these chats every day, since there has been, I want to make sure that I'm connecting with the church more than ever. So, love you guys. I hope you listen to the mornings, and that we will chat again tomorrow.